Alright, welcome back to episode 53 of Weekly Replays with me, Hijack, and today I'm giving you a replay from May 30th, 2019. So this is a fairly old replay, and this was a good one though. I remember this one like it was yesterday. So here I am in the Tier 9 British tank destroyer, the Conway. So this is a stepping stone before you get to the FV4005, aka the shit barn. And this TD is totally everything that the shit barn is not. It has a great mobility, it has decent turret for armor, and it is great. I enjoyed playing the Conway quite a lot. And here we are on Sand River, and I'm platooned with my good friend Sputnik RSS, and we're both going to have epic matches in different ways. So he's playing in his Object 263, and he's gone to the back there of the little ledge on the back of the right side of the spawn, which is a good spot for TDs to go. And I've moved forward a bit into the bushes here to spot the riverbed where a lot of the heavies do end up going. Now, one thing I like about the Conway is it has two guns, and I'm using the first of the two guns, which has slightly faster rate of fire and a better gun traverse, actually, because the traverse actually goes around 360 degrees, whereas if you get the upgraded gun, it does not. It only goes about 90 degrees on each side, so about 180 degrees. So, right now, team's not doing quite so well. We're down one tank. It's just the beginning of the match, though, so lots to go. We can see that from the map here. On the south end of the map there, you can see that we've pretty much lost. And they have a 1357 going up. Oh yeah, forgot to mention, this is perfect matchmaking for a Tier 9 tank. This is a 987 match, so lots of lower tank stuff to kind of take out. So I'm trying to get shots on those guys over there, and I happen to get a nice shot on an Udez 14.5. And he's going to poke again. And I hit him again. Yay! So the average damage on this tank is 400. And you can see that I'm only carrying AP rounds and some HE rounds, and that's pretty much all I think it was this standard ammo default loadout is what I've taken. I didn't take any APCR. I never found issues with penetration on this tank. So there's a nice juicy IS-6B that drives out in the middle, and he does spot me, so I'm going to move here. And I bounce a nice shot off of my turret. He hits me right in the gun mantlet, I believe, and that was a nice one. So I was able to fall down into that little riverbed there, and I'm going to use the gun depression to a little bit of advantage here, and hopefully he can get spotted again when my binos kick in. How are they going to get spotted? There he is. He gets spotted, and he's just poking off the corner there, but I managed to do a little weird wiggle on the turret for some reason and missed. So, there's a ricochet there. So, the Conway is one of the better tank destroyers in the British line for their turret line. Now, everybody gets to the shit barn, or the FV4005, which is, as some people have put, a meme tank. It's fun to hesh people because you can do big damage, but on the same note, you can do a lot of matches where you're just going to do absolutely crap, which is how my last couple matches I've played in it the last couple weeks. So, the Conway. What can I talk about the Conway? Like I said, it is very mobile, but it's a tank destroyer too, so you can't play it like a medium tank. You gotta play it like a tank destroyer, and that means a little bit of camping, but you're able to get to spots pretty quick. So that was a nice shot on the IS-6B for 408 damage. A little bit of a tiny little bit of a high roll there. And yeah, so we're down, 2-4. Correction, make that 2-5. So we're down by 3 tanks. And they've won the south and the middle mostly, but we've won the north. So it's kind of, at this moment in the match, you got to realize that, okay, that something's going to have to change in order for us to eke out a win here. So, but patience is key. I've said this so many times on so many of my videos. You got to have patience. Without patience, you're just YOLOing in and dying. So that's what plays here. I'm being nice and patient and waiting for the enemies to make a mistake, to get spotted, to drive someplace where they're going to be shot, and we just wait. So our north push, the Centurion 5.1s and the T-30 are pushing into the north And the T-30 dies to that Scorpion G, who's nicely camping in the back by the base. And our AT-7 just got lit on fire and actually decimated like crazy. So yeah, so patience is key, right? You just gotta be patient. So we're just gonna see. We're now down 2-7. So we're down by 5 tanks at this point. Not looking really great for us. The question is are we gonna get a win out of this? Is there ways? T-71 got killed before I even managed to fire my shot, but that's okay. Still got some spotting. And then there's an STRV-1030. And he's just sitting there right on the slope, taking damage from a lot of people. I hit him for 423, so that was a nice shot. I get spotted, but for some reason I don't decide to move. I decide to take the second shot on the STRV-1030 and for 405, and I pay for that mistake by taking 357 damage from the IS-6B, which also tracks me, so I was able to kind of get out of the way, but also be tracked at the same time. And then I already decided to, you know, add their 2 cents or stun damage into that mix. Not doing any damage, but stunning me nonetheless. So it's now 5-7 as we clear out the south push that they had decided to YOLO train into us. And I'm still looking for shots on that IS-6. I'm currently sitting at 2,400 damage with 1,000 spotting assists. So that's pretty good. But the match is far from over. Spot the King Tiger up on the top of the slope there, and I put a nice shot into him for 410 damage. And no, sorry, 401 damage, and to get 410 spotting damage plus another 140 stun damage from the Arty. And he regrets that mistake. That's the mistakes that I was talking about. There's a 263 who turns at the right moment, and my shell connects for 414 damage. This is the mistakes that I was talking about. The enemy is pushing in one at a time, and they are pushing into at least 3 tank destroyers and getting punished for it. IS-6B decides to go high, and I put 416 damage into the side of his tank, taking him down to 100 points of damage. He gets tracked, and I track him again for 0 damage, and then he dies. I should have fired a heat shell at that or HE shell at that point, but I decided not to. I've got 2 shells left, 3,667 damage with only 2 AP shells remaining, and the rest is all HE. King Tiger then dies, and now we've got the 263 who's still sitting there, and I bounce off of his strong front plate because why not? Sputnik RSS puts a nice shot into him, and he goes dark. So we've got ourselves tied now, 7-all. Now, their Object 263 has pushed more north. Or they have a second 263. I didn't realize that at the time. So they've pushed a second 263 north, and he's all alone though. He's isolated, which is a bad option in my opinion, because you know we can quickly relocate as I've done here. You can see the Sputnik RSS has already relocated to the north to cover him. There's an SU-122-44 who just took 500 damage, and I'm gonna aim in. Am I gonna hit? I hit for 145, so just a non-damaging tracking shot, because I've already switched to HE. I don't know why I switched to HE there, but maybe I felt I wanted to save the last 2 AP shells just in case. So 3,812 damage, and I'm looking at the shots on that 263, and I do happen to take a shot, but didn't kill him. That was a Sputnik RSS. So there's the Scorpion G. I hit him for 568 for the penetrating HE shell. Sputnik RSS hits him for 582, taking him out. We're now winning 11-7, and I've been on 4,300 damage. Rear shot on the Progetto 46 doesn't pen for 174. Hoping to get the reload, but nope. Sputnik RSS gets his 4th kill of the match, taking out that Progetto. I'm still at 4,500 damage and 1,800 spotting assist. We've now basically won this match. We turned it around from being down by 5 to up by 5. And just a little bit of strategy involved, a little bit of excellent planning on our part, and some great teamwork as well. So the only remaining tanks is a tank destroyer and 2 Arties. So now it's just mop up time, because there's basically no chance of us actually losing this match. So I'm going to go up the slope here and see if I can get shots on the TD Overlook and maybe some shots on the SPGs. And Sputnik RSS is going to YOLO in through the riverbed. He hasn't taken any damage at this point, so he's in a good shape to do that, because nothing can kill him. We spot the Crusader SP, but I do not get a shot on him because he's behind the rocks on the overlook. And, well, like I said, it's just a matter of finishing off this match. Ramatar Borsig, I hit him for 226. Again, not a penetrating shot. And, yeah, he's gone. And then the last remaining Artie is all that's left. And I take him out for 350 damage. And that is the match. So at the end of it all, it was my first Master Badge Ace Tanker. I also got High Caliber for a total of 5,130 damage, and Confederate for damaging more than 6 tanks. Anyways, thanks again, and take care.